Our Western world seems to have it all. Everything is fast-paced, computerized, instant communication, the best medical facilities, various religions, old age, new age, and a time of unbelievable wealth. Yet I have this feeling of being lost, a yearning for something. What for? Is it for some unknown love, some unknown spiritual discovery? This feeling of spiritual homesickness. What is it that I must know? This feeling made me decide to travel to the east, to find a wise man in India. Would he know the way?
Our generation is in deep trouble because we have empowered ourselves. Our mind is very sharp. Information galore. Millions of bytes of information with us, not only in our own head, but also with our computer.
Absolutely.
With our every type of machine.
It seems to be just like a mind-boggling.
Naturally.
It's coming like this.
Exactly. And when he says mind-boggling, the person himself is incapable of driving through such a heavy, highly sophisticated machine.
Absolutely.
Doesn't know how to handle, and he crashes.
More stress, more
Exactly.
everything.
So you can see people professionally very successful, personally shattered. Professionally top class, top politician, top physicist, top educationist, even religious people are professional people. Some people sell computers, some people sell God.
True.
And naturally those people, they're shattered because an individual, the person doesn't know how to handle his wife, her husband, their children, friends. But professionally, top class.
It's probably true what they say, the more you know, the bigger the choices.
Yes. And because the bigger the choice is, it's not a curse. So suddenly therefore don't say we should not have a more choice and more confusion. No. Better to have a bigger choice, bigger confusion, and learn how to get out of it. Like today you can say if a person is a billionaire and a wise man.
Both.
He can help people materially, he can help people in the knowledge also. Both are a blessing. High living, high thinking. High thinking, high living is a blessing. Very great blessing. High thinking, simple living also is a blessing. Village people here, if you see these village people here, is like simple living, simple thinking. Very simple living, very simple thinking, not much complication. You know what is the complication in life? Today's world. High living, no thinking. High living means everybody wants a Porsche, everybody wants a Ferrari, everybody wants,
Big
a
house.
everything. But thinking, the person doesn't know anything about himself.
Making ready.
You are the beginning point, very simple. You read a map, you pick up a tourist map. there will be an arrow there showing you, you are here. First, you must know where you are.
Okay.
Then only your orientation in relation to that, your position.
And I want to go there.
So first tell me who are you, then you shall ask about other questions. Everybody is individually challenged because the person doesn't know anything about himself.
Yes.
So as even a technically challenged person cannot handle any instruments, scientific instruments or any such thing, same thing also, not many people can really handle themselves because this is another huge machinery. The physical body, the mind. Again, I'll give an example and make it very simple. Before you learn driving, what do? First, you should have a car. Then you should get used to which machine, which one you should touch.
Yes.
So you should know the brake, you should know accelerator, everything you should know. Or else when the person says, accelerate, you brake.
Yes.
He says
And the
brake
gears?
and you accelerate, I agree. Everything you should know. Now exactly in the same way, physical body is the vehicle, but the mind is the one from where everything, you are literally driving it from within. Looking at the panel inside, you drive the car outside. If the panel is wrong, you are finished. Suppose the panel shows gas is full, but really gas is empty, you will be stranded. So you look at the panel inside and drive the car outside. Same thing, this physical body vehicle has a panel inside, the mind. Somebody is looking at that mind, we call it individual, the I, who is looking at the panel inside. Imagine the panel has wrong reading. Your life is in deep trouble. That is why when wrong conditionings are given, wrong thoughts are given, the person picks up wrong ideas, his life is finished. And I say, please tell me who are you? What shall you say?
My name is Anna Lunda.
Anna Linda, let us think. Okay, tell me, what is this?
A watch.
A watch. Now tell me, this object, this watch, does it have a name or it is a name?
It is a name. It has a name.
It
has a
think,
name.
think. You are getting that?
Yes.
It is not a name.
It is
it
not.
has
It
a name. It's a nameless universe, including you. You don't have a name, I don't have a name. So we give it a name, please see. So it has a name, okay?
Yeah.
When I'm asking you, who are you? You are telling me your name, right? Do you have a name or you are a name?
I have a name.
Beautiful. If you have a name, I am asking you a question in simple English, as your English. Huh? Queen's English. What will they say? What will they say? I am asking a question, who are you? Now, instead of telling me who you are telling what you have.
Yes.
Because you are not a name, you have a name.
I have a name.
So when I am asking who are you, why are you telling me what you have? How much mark you should get?
Nothing.
0.
Nothing.
That is how people, everybody is a failure.
Yeah, nothing.
So you have a name. Just like you have a name, same thing I said, no, I am not interested in your name. Please tell me who are you? Then you shall say, okay, I am a woman. What is the guarantee? You are not comfortable with this body, you go through a sex change. Today's modern facilities, science has advanced. A man is not comfortable with his body, woman is not comfortable with her body, you go through a sex change. So you are a man or woman now. So you have a gender. Next, we say, I am a PhD from university. Do you have a degree or you are a degree? You have a
I have a
degree.
degree.
So every time you are asked who you are,
I
you
have.
never tell what you have. You always say what you have. So we have been trained to say what all you have as who you are.
Yes, yes, yes.
Acha. Suppose these are the secular things. You know, you have a degree, you have a gender, you have a position, you have a name. These are all secular identities. Some people have religious identity. I'm a follower of this or that. That one, again, that religious identity, did you pick up or were you born with?
Picked it up.
Of course. Nobody is born branded. Have you seen any child born with a worm on the back?
No?
One with the sun and the moon, or the star and the planet,
No.
or the cross, or the
given.
fire. Nothing.
Yeah.
Nobody is born branded, and nobody must die branded.
That's a very interesting statement.
Exactly.
Nobody must die branded.
Nobody must die branded. Nameless you are, nameless you shall be. So, some people who are nothing, no secular identity to be proud of, they are very proud of their religious identity. At least that gives them some identity. Again, when I ask who are you, instead of telling who you are telling the name of a faith. So everybody gives a wrong answer. So as long as you are identifying yourself with what you have as who you are, that long you shall have confusion. Suppose I go to American embassy, or they are asking me, identify yourself, sir. Then I say, I'm Brahman, I'm the absolute reality. Will they give visa?
They say, we've got a nutcase.
Exactly. To them I must prove that I am this, son of my father,
Yes.
son of my mummy,
Yes.
citizen of this country.
Yes.
And I know you, somebody who is sponsoring me from that country.
Yes.
They are interested, and there is a functional relationship
Yeah.
where the relative identities are to be taken into account.
Yes.
But at no time the I, the individual, can lose himself in the relative identity. Both secular and religious, both are relative identities. That is why in our world today you can see not only religious fanatics but also secular fanatics. God comes later on, creation comes later on. First come you.
As I watch the wood being carved, I too can relate to my life being shaped in a new, exciting way forward.
So, shall I tell you a story?
I want to hear the story. I need to hear
There was
this.
there was a beautiful deer,
Yes.
and he was grazing in the forest and was just walking about. Then he comes across a river. When he comes to the river, he goes to drink water, and he sees his reflection. And he looks at his reflection, he says, "Oh my God, beautiful horns, such beauty. God, you are amazing. You are the most wonderful person. You are giving him such beautiful horns." But then he saw his leg. Deer's leg is so, thin. But what stupid legs are these? God. This is the time a tiger roars from a distance. And frightened, he jumps and moves. When he moves, with the top speed he is moving away. Now suddenly the horns get entangled in the creepers. Then he says, "Oh God, how powerful legs you have given me and how stupid these horns are." See that?
Yeah, totally.
The same horn becomes stupid, useless. Meaning what? The horn has a place. The leg also has a place. No part is better or worse. As even in your physical body, extension of this body, the whole physical universe, every part has a place. Even mischief has its place. If there is no little mischief, life will not be interesting.
I like that.
Everything has its place. Everything has its place. You must know how to use it. Use it. If you get into that, there will be so many complications. Not complications, simple. The people should not misunderstand. Like you can say, "But Swamiji, lie has a place." Somebody telling a lie. Yes, it has a place. If you misuse it, it is useless. Suppose now we both are sitting down here. Suddenly somebody opens this door and comes back. He says, "Please protect me. Somebody is coming with a knife behind me, running with a knife behind me." So what shall you do? "Okay, get it. Go. Go under that, inside
Quickly
that
go
cupboard."
hide it, yeah.
He will sit down. Then the other person comes. "Did you see somebody Coming this way, what shall you say? Truth or falsehood?
I would lie because I would
Exactly.
try to protect that person.
That time what is it? I have to tell a lie. Oh, Kim just I saw somebody running that way. Why? Because you protect the fellow. So it's a lie or a false truth? You understand? The lie, even the lie has a place.
well.
But don't therefore take a sanction. Therefore, all the time I am going to lie. No. If you are lie, you will be in trouble. Because if you lie, you have to remember.
Talk about that.
People usually think telling lie is very easy. Telling the truth is difficult. No.
It's the memory you have to keep.
It's just the opposite. If you speak the truth, you don't have to remember anything. What did you eat for the morning breakfast?
Fruit.
Fruit. That is simple truth, is fruit. What is the lie? Everything other than the fruit. Millions of dishes.
Yes.
What is how old are you? 50, 60, 30, 20. One number is truth.
Yeah.
What is a falsehood? Any other number.
Any other number, exactly.
So, falsehood is complicated. How old are you? 30. You don't have to remember anything. But you want to impress somebody that you are 30, but you say, I'm 50. Why? Because you want to impress that even when 50, I look like 30. Or you say you are 20, or you are 35, you are telling I'm 26. Why? You want to say how young I am. So if you tell that lie, you have to remember whom, what you have told. What is your father? Maybe simple thing, he's a teacher. But if you say he's a governor, he's a duke, he's a diplomat,
that status, just
the
that
more you
elevation,
tell, the more you remember. You have to remember to whom what you have told. But if you tell the truth, you don't have to remember. No load on your head. You asked me, Swamiji, what did you do before you were a Swami? So I told you I was ambassador to Brazil. And then team asked me, so what are you, Swamiji, what are you? Tom asked me, what are you doing? I said I was a judge in a court, Supreme Court. And then the Ravin asked me, what are you doing? I said I was the top diplomat or top administrator. You all, you all were impressed. Now my trouble begins. I have to remember to whom what I have told.
Exactly.
And then I have to see that all the three of you should never come together.
Then life becomes a whole complicated.
Complicated.
It
But
does.
suppose truth is, Swamiji, what are you doing before you came here? I was a professor.
Yeah.
Or I was a student. I don't have to remember it.
Yeah.
Because that's the truth.
Yeah.
So truth is very simple.
Yeah.
Same way, if you take it to the self-knowledge, you can see that. If you know who you are, you don't have to remember it. You are who you are. But as long as you take what you have to be who you are, you have to continuously remember that. Body, I'm the body. I'm a professor. I'm an engineer. I'm a father. So the roles you take yourself to be, you take yourself to be. So what happens? You have to maintain those roles all the time. But if you are with yourself, please see, when you're actor when plays the role, when actor is good, he doesn't have to remember, please understand, he just plays the role. But when he goes to the next one, the last one is automatically forgotten. When suppose you are playing the role of the Hamlet, you are playing Hamlet or you are playing the Macbeth. So if you are playing the role of a Hamlet, you cannot speak the script of the Macbeth.
No, you can't.
If you are playing the role of Macbeth, you can't talk the script of
Hamlet.
Hamlet. Because then you will spoil the whole drama.
इधर कौन है ये लाइट हटा दो
Take 5.
कैमरा हाँ
ताड़ बोलते से ताड़ ताड़ बोलते से भांडना नको है
Tell me, who is born first? One riddle for you. The mother was first born or the child was first born?
Mother was first born.
Great. Big lie. It's wrong. I'll give you 0 for the answer. Naturally, father is born first, then only child comes. But please, it's not so. Child is born. Nobody is born husband, nobody is born wife. Until you are 20, 22. One day you decide to marry. The day you decide to marry, you are a husband. You are a wife. So only when the child is born, you get the role of a father and a mother. So naturally child is born first. And please see, when the child dies, the role that was born, the father in you passes away. But the rest of the person is there. But because you take one role, which is very dominant, to be yourself, when something happens to that role, the whole personality is shattered. And the person
Unbalanced.
naturally. So the person wants to kill himself.
Yeah.
But what really happens is, when the partner goes, the husband goes, the wife in you passes away. The wife goes, the husband in you passes away. The brother, mother, sister, person, the whole personality is still there. So how can you commit suicide? Should somebody commit suicide?
No, you
Are
still
you
have
getting that
so
point?
many other
How
bits.
exactly? So many roles you have to go.
Yeah.
So every role is picked up. In the same way, religion is a role picked up. Religion should not give you a new identity. It should help you to understand who you are, who picks up the identity. So that is why the person must know about himself, who is not a religious entity, not a political entity, not any entity, but an absolute nameless awareness.
Just the I.
Us, himself. And then pick up the roles. Like an actor is not a role. Please see the beauty. When you are playing you are giving Oscar awards in the Hollywood, are you giving the Oscar to the actor or to the roles?
The
Actor gets the award.
Yes.
The roles don't get the award.
No.
So same way, the role cannot be more important than the actor. Then how come your roles are important than you? Let me give you an example. You have seen coconut. Okay. You have seen a 1,000,000-ton oil tanker. A 1,000,000-ton oil tanker, even though so huge, it floats on one side and it sinks. You can't contend with the ocean. But look at a coconut. Coconut floats on all sides and no ocean can drown it. When an individual has no sides, he floats through life. The moment you have that strong individuality and you are stuck with one role, I'm a husband. People are dominantly stuck with one role, wedded to one role. I'm a father or I'm a mother, I'm a rich man or a poor man. Some people are inferiority complex. I'm poor, I'm stupid, I'm ugly. Some people say, oh man, I'm the richest, I'm the biggest, I'm the best. Both are useless. You have no business to arrogate the power of wealth to yourself, nor have you got the reason to drag the helplessness of poverty to yourself. You are who you are, like an actor. He can play the emperor's role, but he is not emperor in the green room. He may play the beggar's role, he is not a beggar in the drawing room, in the green room. While playing the role, the actor never loses himself. That is how he swims through life. Who you are is effortless. But you are picking up a role. What? Now brother with a brother, husband with a wife, wife with a husband, mother with a child, child with a mother. All these things you are doing it. But what we do in life, you know, our role overlaps. As a daughter I am affected, I take it on my husband as a wife. As a wife I am affected, I take it on my children as a mother. As a person I am affected in office, I take it on my wife as a husband. Continuous overlapping of the role. That is why people get into trouble. There is nothing wrong with roles. Somebody must learn how to play roles.
Let's say somebody passes away. I lose my mother.
Yes.
And suddenly I'm extremely grieved and I can't get out of it.
Right.
How do I learn to live?
Very simple. It's very simple. First thing, please see. If you have found you are the happiness itself, you also must know your mother is happiness.
Yes,
If you are immortal, your mother is immortal.
yes,
That means what? She is really not died. That body is gone.
yes.
Okay?
But
that
sometimes
itself
it's
should listen.
difficult to accept.
Please. No. That is because it is natural. Please see. You don't have to philosophize your mother's death. For God's sake, cry when you feel like crying. For God's sake, for your sake, be miserable. You feel like being miserable because there is no crime in crying. There is no crime in being miserable. There is no crime in condoling somebody's death also. Nothing wrong. But what happens is, don't come under the spell of it. Don't be obsessed with it. Reason, please see. Ask who cries. Please see how it is. When the mother passes away, which role in you passes away? The daughter in you passes away.
The daughter in me passes away.
Right. But the mother of your child is still in you.
Yes. Yes.
The wife of your husband is still in you.
Yes.
The friend of your friend is still in you.
Yes.
Okay. If the daughter of the mother gets so grief stricken that it completely overwhelms every other role, then what does it mean? Something wrong. You can cry as a daughter, but let not your daughter be affected because your mother passed away. Your daughter must not be deprived of the living mother. See, emotion doesn't affect you. Like the water. If you know how to swim, water is a sport. If you don't know how to swim, water is your burial. This is your mistake. It's not the mistake of water. If you
It's
know how
yours.
to, yes, if you use the fire, you cook your food. If you misuse the fire,
You did.
so you don't blame the fire. You don't blame anything in this creation. The beauty of this knowledge is, when you are aware of yourself, you no more blame anybody. You take the whole responsibility on yourself. The roles go on changing and should change. So don't blame, oh, I have got a very tough role. You have not a tough role, you are stupid.
I think so too.
Are you getting that? It's like the car has got everything. 5 gear, 4 gear, 3 gear, 2 gear, first gear, second gear, third gear, fourth gear, fifth gear.
Yeah.
One fellow puts on the handbrake, applies the brake and he starts driving the car and doesn't move. Then he says, oh God, this car is stupid. No, car is stupid or the driver is stupid?
The driver.
Exactly. Because all the possibilities are there. I must know which gear I am pulling. Here, bliss is here, tragedy is here. Pain is here, pleasure is here. Beauty is here, ugliness is here. Immortality is here, mortality is here. Depends on me, which one I am looking at it. I don't know how to do it. Therefore, I am going to mortality, which is obvious. And people also don't say anything about it. Everybody thinks he is mortal. And you have got a huge adage, man is mortal. Do I need a teacher for that? Do I need a guru for that? Do I need a religion for that? I know I am mortal. Do I need a religion to come and tell me I am different from God? Do I need a religion to tell me that I am different from everything? No. Difference is obvious. Unity must be discovered. Everybody knows his limitation. So somebody must tell me the limitlessness about it. So life becomes beautiful. So teach the person. Whoever secures you, he or she is the greatest insecurity. I love you. You are my security. You shall be my worst insecurity. Do you know why? If you say you are going away from my life, I will be destroyed.
Absolutely.
My career goes away, my money goes away, my empire falls apart, I don't care because you are my empire. You want to go away or you look at somebody other than me, you can kill me successfully. That is why people don't know what to do. You go to money for your security and money is the one who doesn't give you security. You want to keep the money secured, but it is my greatest insecurity. You understand how much in a deep trouble we are in. But once you understand the truth for yourself, same thing which was previously appearing a curse, now suddenly becomes a blessing.
Yeah.
If you know how to use it, it's a blessing. Don't know how to use it, it's
You're
a
in
curse.
trouble.
Same thing, life. Learn how to use it. Life is fantastic. If you don't know how to use it, life is a curse. It's like a blind man. A blind man going with a staff. Try to take the staff of the blind man out. He will not like it. Because without it, he can't move. Every person is blind because the person doesn't know about himself. So each blind person, ignorant person, all of us are ignorant, we are picking up staffs in life. Role of husband is a staff, wife is a staff, education is a staff, job is a staff, money is a staff, your fame is a staff. All these are security staffs. You are ignorant. Listen carefully, you are blind and you have collected so many staffs. Whichever staff somebody takes it away, you get angry. You know this self-knowledge? understanding of yourself, what it does. It doesn't give you another staff. A theology gives you a staff. This is your belief. Hang on to it. Knowledge, self-knowledge, understanding of yourself doesn't give you a staff. It opens your eyes. Taking care of yourself isn't selfishness. Only if you are healthy, think of it. Suppose you do exercise. You give 1 hour time to yourself. Only if you are healthy, you can be taking care of others. Suppose you say, no, I'm giving time for everybody else. You don't take care of your health. Will you like a dead father?
No.
Dead mother?
No.
Then let him take care of his health. Let him take 1 hour of his time for himself. Not only for his physical body, but also for the health of his mind. This is where contemplation, meditation, aware of himself. Once he is happy with himself, he has a smile for everyone. Have you seen one person comfortable with unhappiness? Have you seen anybody telling, oh man, the last whole week has been fantastic. Why? So unhappy.
No,
Right. Have you ever seen people tired of happiness? Have you heard anybody telling, oh man, I don't know what to do for last whole month, happy, I don't know. Have you seen anybody?
No.
Exactly. Because
If
happiness
only
is your...
I can be happy.
Exactly. Happiness is your nature. So nobody is tired of happiness. But unhappiness, everybody wants to get out of it. Because you are wise, because you are wisdom, you are the self, you are the awareness, you are immortal. That is why everybody is uncomfortable with anything other than that. Just take an example. See this. See this mala, okay? Now it is here. Steady. Now it is moving. Moving means what?
It's in motion.
In motion means what? It wants to come back to its own center.
Yes.
The moment it comes back to its center, it stops.
Yes.
So as long as you have not found your center, you will be on the move. You must find your center. That is why when you find your center, you are on the fantastic move in life. What is that you are looking for in life? Be a child, 15-year-old. If I ask you, why are you coming to the school? What shall you say? Straight, immediate.
I want to learn so that I can
Great.
achieve something
Absolutely
in life.
beautiful. Why do you want to learn?
I want to be something.
Right. What shall your learning will give you?
Satisfaction.
Satisfaction. Job. First you look for a job.
Yeah,
Why do you
material-
want a job?
Because I have to survive.
Survive. So what is that you want? Job or money?
Money.
Money for what?
Daily.
Exactly. Your
daily
house, your car,
Yeah.
your everything.
Be
All
there.
these things why do you want? So that you can be comfortable.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Why do you want to be comfortable?
Because it gives you satisfaction.
Satisfaction, happiness, name it
Yes,
anything. Happiness.
yes, yes.
So ultimately what do you want?
Happiness.
So ultimately you want happiness in life. But it
Yeah.
looks like you want education, you want a job, you want money, you want things. But ultimately you want happiness. Okay. Simple thing. If you want education, where should you go? School.
School,
If you want
university,
a job,
whatever.
if you want a job, where should you go?
Employment agencies.
Employee exchange. If you want money, where should you go?
I can only create it.
You have to create it, or if you are kept in a bank,
Yeah,
you
in
want
the
to
bank,
you
yeah.
go to the bank or you
Yeah.
want to get the money
But
from the
if my
bank.
name
and-
isn't in the bank, if my
Right.
name isn't on it in the bank, I can't get it.
You can loot it. Okay. So now suppose
that's another
right.
way.
Now suppose you want so if you want things, where shall you go?
Things.
If
the
you want
shops.
objects, shopping center.
Yeah.
If you want happiness, where should you go? Don't answer immediately. Think.
I have to create it.
Are you getting that? There is no external address. Education, university. Job, companies. Money, bank. Things, shopping center. Happiness?
Only I can do that.
These words touched the strings of the heart. Slowly, all these ideas came together. Like the weaver weaving the silk cloth, I started to see the beauty of me, the I.
This design, temple, and this is the mango design.
All these things, money, job, therefore don't say it is unnecessary. No. They give us comfort. Money, job, things will make us comfort. But you will be comfortably miserable. When an uneducated person, poor person is uncomfortably miserable, a rich person, educated person is comfortably miserable.
Miserable. Same thing.
And logic says it is better to be comfortably miserable than to be uncomfortably miserable.
Yes, I think so.
So everybody is going towards money, going towards things. So today we are brainwashed to believe that this will give us happiness. No.
Very true.
But when I say I am the happiness, you can never challenge me. You can take away my things, you can take away my riches, you can confiscate my property. But you cannot confiscate my happiness. Take away my happiness, let me see. So where is that happiness? Is nowhere outside. So it has to be me. People say inside. That's a wrong, again it's a wrong statement. If you say happiness is inside, do you know what will happen? Previously you were looking for it outside and you are
Yes.
extrovert.
Yes.
Now you shall look for it inside and you will be an introvert.
Okay.
That is
I
why
didn't think of it that way either.
that is why the so-called religious people are introverted people and total nuts. Most of the people go nuts because they hate movies, they hate people, they hate human relationship, they hate food, they hate everything, but they are looking for happiness inside. And changing the place of your search doesn't end the search. No, happiness is not inside or outside, it is yourself. Who you are is happiness.
The thought carved in my mind. So many years and emotions wasted. How long have I been searching for happiness? Just to find that I am the happiness.
Anytime you are happy, you are with yourself. Just see this point. Suppose we are looking at the beautiful sky. You are quite lovely. And what do you say? Oh, this place is so beautiful. Do you know why? Because that time you are with yourself. You are beautiful. You are at rest with yourself. Suppose sitting down here, all miserable memories are haunting you. What shall I say? Yeah, the place is nice, but because your thought makes it terrible. And when you are happy, see?
It's beautiful.
It's beautiful. So when you are happy, even if the whole world is dark, it means nothing to you.
No.
And when you are unhappy, with so many thoughts and misery passing through you,
Yeah.
even if the whole world is lit up because Diwali, it is Christmas, the whole world is lit up, but you are dark inside. But when you are happy with yourself, the whole creation becomes beautiful. That is why you should understand the difference between happiness within and happiness the self. You are the happiness. Each person is happiness. So if I am happy with myself, the world will come to standstill. Don't worry, it will not come to standstill. Do you know why? Comfort is your goal. Happiness must not be your goal. Happiness is you. Comfort is your goal. I am happy with myself, but I want to have an air conditioning in a summer day. I want to have a warm room heater in a winter time. So for comfort you work for it. Somebody wants to be happy by possessing, somebody wants to be happy by denying, renouncing. So a renunciate is as much a person who is struggling, also the person who is indulging, because he is also struggling. Both are struggling.
Both have the same.
Exactly. Both want to be happy.
Yeah.
So this happiness, where exactly it is? We saw certain points a few days back where we said, if you want school, if you want education, you go to school.
Absolutely.
You want money, go to bank or create it. You want things, go to a shopping center.
Yes.
But for happiness, where do you go? There is no external address. There is no external address. But at the same time, we cannot say it is within. It is one's own self. So when a person recognizes, knows himself, then what happens is he happily goes through life. You happily go through poverty, you happily go through prosperity. You happily go through disease, you happily go through health. But that does not mean you accept the disease, accept the defeat, accept the poverty without any recourse to change it. Because if it is inevitable, I'll accept it. Like suppose death.
It is it's
Inevitable. You have to accept. But at the same time, disease which can be cured, poverty is something which you can change. So all these things that can be avoided, we shall work for it. There is a difference between by having a car you are happy and you are happy to have a car. Suppose you are happy to have a car, in case you can't have a car, you are still happy.
yes.
But by having a car, if you are happy, if you don't have a car, you are unhappy. That is why average person feels so frustrated in life. Because always there is a reason for happiness. It is a simple logic you can take. If there is a reason for your happiness, you are not a happy man. Why? The reason is taken away, your happiness is gone. You know what is greatest secret? Where you can never find it. It's like you hold a key on your car key in your hand and you look for it.
It also happens.
And you know the trouble there? Just see how many, everybody goes through that trouble. You put your glass here, you know, they'll put their glass, they'll put it here, then talk to people. They want to read the book, they'll be saying, where is my glass?
We do that a lot.
So the person who is standing in front of him is laughing.
Yeah.
Why? Because the person who owns the specs is looking for the specs, and see the trouble there. You are already the owner of the spec because it is with you. The moment you look for it, you deny that you are the owner of it. Are you getting that logic?
Absolutely.
The moment you look for it, you deny that you
what's
are the
happened to
owner
it?
of it. Right.
It's gone.
Right. The moment but if you don't look for it, you don't get it either. This
Yeah.
is a fork.
Yes.
If you look for it, you deny that you are owner of it.
Okay.
If you don't look for it, you don't get it.
Exactly.
Same thing happiness. The moment you look for happiness, you deny that you are the happiness. But if you don't look for it, you don't know what to do about it.
Okay.
But that's a fork. The moment you look for it, therefore you start looking. But the moment you start looking, you deny that you are the owner.
Yes.
So that is where, just like somebody sees in it, in front on your head, hey, this specs is here. Hey, you are already the owner. Then you say, oh, how did I miss it? Same thing, a person who is aware of himself, he teaches
Exactly
the other
what I
person.
said is, how did I miss it?
Yes.
Because it is simple logic.
Yes.
Sometimes you've got to explore new strange places, away from our daily life and comfort, to find new realities. In India, I realized that in their society, so much effort, respect and love is put into daily living. If only we could have the same love and respect for each other.
today's life with love and the abuse and the misuse of love. What is the way we should take? What is your advice to the way we should look at it or approach it?
This word love is the most used and most abused. First ask question, why do I love somebody? Always there is a reason. I love you because you give me pleasure, you give me security, you are my son, you are my daughter, you are my friend, something or other. Now the moment that reason is taken away, the person really doesn't love him anymore. Because I love you because you give me pleasure. So if you start giving somebody else pleasure, then I am totally destroyed. So you give me security, therefore I love you.
Yeah.
Then suddenly one day you discover he is interested in somebody else or she is interested in somebody else. Not necessarily in somebody, it can be something.
Yes.
Football
I get
becomes more
neglected.
important. Yes.
The work is more important.
God becomes more important.
Yeah.
Religion becomes
Yeah.
more important.
Yeah, a lot of
Your football becomes more important. The person goes away. So then you feel rotten. That means the person doesn't love me. He loves football, but that gives him more pleasure. Okay? So now I feel threatened.
No, there's something wrong.
Yes, because he doesn't love me anymore. Meaning I don't give him that pleasure.
Yeah.
So the moment you don't give him that pleasure, he has created a doubt in you or she has created a doubt in you that you are no more lovable. You are not worth it because you can't give any pleasure anymore. So you hate him not because he doesn't love you or she doesn't love you, but because he or she has successfully created a doubt in you about your worth. You don't like it. So suppose somebody else now starts quoting you, you think that fellow is stupid. That other person was stupid. This man now finds my worth. So you go there. Every time it will happen again and again. So what you should do, not find a person who loves you, but you must find yourself who should discover the self-worth. So what happens, if there is a reason for your love, you don't love anybody. Because once the reason goes away, your love also goes away. Suppose you are a person, I love you. Why? Because I am the love itself. I love myself. Only when you love yourself, you love everybody. There is no reason for love, just like happiness. Are you a happy person? Yes. Why? Because I am the happiness. But suppose are you happy? Yes. Why? Beautiful. I have a nice car. Car gone, happiness gone. Family gone, your happiness is gone. That is why everybody struggles to hold on to that reason. Keep it, protect it. You protect the things more than yourself.
Yes.
How unfortunate.
Yes.
But suppose a person, are you happy? Yes. Why? Because I am the happiness itself. Nobody can disturb you in life. Most of the people say, they come and complain, you know, Swamiji, that man is he has so many motives. He doesn't love me anymore. He loves me for my body. She loves me for my money. I ask them one simple question. Okay, give me one reason. Why do you love yourself? Do you love yourself for who you are or for what you have?
Yeah.
You will be surprised. You also don't love yourself for who you are. You love yourself for what you have. You love yourself because you have a good body. You love yourself because you have riches. You love yourself because you are intelligent. You love yourself because you have a nice job. You'll be surprised. Long before other people love yourself for what you have, you are the first one to love yourself for what you have. And that is why who loves what you love, you like them. I love my body, and somebody says, oh, your body is beautiful. You say, thank you. But somebody says, your body is dirty. You look so crazy. What shall you say? Chuck off. Why? Because, you see that? Suppose he says, I love you for yourself, who you are. You won't understand that language. Because you don't know who you are. So you also love yourself for what you have. But people cry. What is it? Nobody likes me for who I am, but they like me for what I have. But you do the same thing to yourself. You are cheating yourself continuously. That is why. When you love yourself for who you are, and then you accept what you have. I have a mind. Maybe somebody is brilliant, somebody is little dull. So what? That is the limitation of the mind. Somebody is extraordinarily beautiful, somebody is extraordinarily ugly. Somebody is just average. So what? That's physical body. So everybody has limitation, but you are not limited. You are limitless. you have a limitation. You are the love itself, you are the happiness itself. But you have a body which has its limitation. It will continue to grow. I can't see you all the time sweet 15 or sweet 16. It will not work. I enjoy your youth, no? I must enjoy your old age. That is why companionship. Once you are associated with somebody, love somebody. I love your youth, so I love your old age. If somebody shares my youth, they better share my old age. But what happens? Everybody is youth oriented. Everybody wants 21.
Yeah.
Now
yeah.
what nonsense is that?
But they also get older, but they still want the 21.
Exactly.
And that's why the fat farms make so much money. Everybody makes.
So you want more money? Why? So that even if you are a 70-year-old, you can catch a 22-year-old.
Yes, and have a new sports car.
What nonsense? Whether it's a man or a woman. See, youth is beautiful, but there is one eternal youth that is in yourself. You love yourself for who you are, and therefore you love everything and everybody for what they are. That is why when you understand this, your love, your affection, your relationship, your interaction with the world automatically becomes beautiful. You have got gold all over, diamonds and gold and platinum. You are a walking jewelry shop. And somebody comes with a gun. Give your gold, give your ornaments, or you are dead. What shall you do? Shall you say, leave my gold, kill me, but leave my gold? Will you say?
No.
What will you say? Please, take everything you like.
Yeah.
You want from others also, I'll give it.
Yeah.
But leave me. Why? So whom do you love? Yourself or gold?
No, yourself.
So that long you like gold as long as it gives you beauty. Once it gives you death, you don't want it. I love a man. I love a woman. Why? She gives me security. She gives me pleasure. He gives me security. He gives me pleasure. One day I discover she is loving somebody else. One day I discover he loves football more than me. Or he loves the cricket more than me. Or he loves the computer more than me. Computer widow. Football widow. Why? The moment I discover he loves something more than me, I hate that game all the time. So as long as somebody gives you security, that long you like it. The moment somebody gives you insecurity, you dump it. Yeah. So whom do you love? Yourself or that one? Naturally, yourself. Please see, we'll tie it up. Any object of love is source of joy. Now we found out. Who do you love? Yourself. Who does anybody love? Himself. So if object of love is source of joy, you must be the source of happiness.
Yes.
You must be the source of joy. Yes. So you are the source of happiness. Yes. Be that.
In this incredible land of the lotus flower, colors of saffron and splinters of a rainbow, majestic temples and spirited antiquities, such blissfully beautiful people. Here I have the feeling that God really is a local. He's everywhere. I'm so grateful for being here.
Even gods you change, just like you change your wives, you change your husbands, you change your cars. People change their gods. This God didn't work, that God. That God didn't work, that God. Why? Because I love that God as long as He protects me. If He fails to protect me, I go to that God. That doesn't protect me, I go to that God. That's why people's faith changes. That is why people, those who are afraid of people, those people who are the guardians of faith, they are afraid they are losing out.
And how?
They are afraid they are losing out. So what will they do? They will tell them with the injunction, religious injunction, you shall not change. If you change, you will be punished. Not by them, but by God. What nonsense. How much you may say. It's like father telling, if you marry that girl, you are no more in my home. The son goes with the girl and doesn't care for the father.
Yeah.
That is how people lose their faith also.
Yeah.
Because that long you will have a faith as long as it gives you satisfaction. If it doesn't, you change gods, you change books, you change gurus, you change everything. You change your nose,
For sure.
you change your teeth, you change your look, you just change anything. Why? Because it doesn't give me happiness.
Yeah.
But people don't change themselves. That is why. How will you change yourself? When you know, I love myself. If object of love is source of joy, I must be source of happiness. You find happiness in yourself. No more change is required. Because you are happy with yourself, and every other change is accepted for what it is.
Placing these flowers in the Hooghly River is my promise to just be myself and be happy.
There is nothing about you which you know better than others. There is nothing about you. There is, just please take that statement. Anything about you, somebody knows better than you. I'll give you a statement.
Totally.
You have a house. It's your house, but your engineer, your architect, your plumber knows better than you about your house. You have a dog, your vet knows better than you about your dog. Your body, it's your body. Nobody can touch you without your permission. But in a stomach upset, they say, "Oh, doctor, please tell me what happened."
I know nothing about
Hey,
my body.
why should he know? It's your body. Why should he know? But then he knows better than you about your body.
Yeah.
Same thing, your mind. Somebody knows better than you about your mind. Please understand. Your thoughts, you know. Nobody knows better than you about your thoughts. But somebody knows better than you how to handle your thoughts. And that person becomes a teacher.
Yes.
And what does the teacher do? The teacher only helps you to understand yourself, who you are, so that you know how to handle your thoughts, because everything is with you. As I was telling you this example.
Yeah.
If this flower, think it's a load, it's on my head. If the load is, I have a huge bag, it is on my head. If the load is on my head and I shout, please help me, what will you do? You will come and remove the load from my head.
Yes. Also, let me
If
help
it is,
you.
okay, if the load is in my head,
You can only help yourself.
that is how. Nobody can help you.
But
they
you
only,
still need
they can
help.
only, no, they can help you to tell you how to do it. But you have to do it. It's like you, to your child, you can give the best food, but the child must digest. Nobody can eat for you when you are hungry. If you are ignorant, you better know about yourself. Ignorance is yours, wisdom shall be yours. In fact, wisdom is yours. That is why you feel ignorant about yourself. What happens? Life begins, nobody can begin with the understanding of himself. Nobody can begin. We can only begin with what we perceive. This simple thing. When you start a journey, do you start from where you are or where you should be?
Where I am.
Exactly. So where I am is ignorance. Where I am is helplessness, poverty, childhood. I can't just go jump into the absolute infinity, all these things. I cannot. So everybody begins with the limitation. Everybody begins with the limitation. And then as you go in, there will be a time when this conflict begins. because of the presence of the individuality. Reason, how does it come about? I will give a simple example, okay. Suppose like you have got children, a child is growing, child is born, very healthy, God's grace. Because he is healthy, suppose you say, oh, we don't have to give him any food, we don't have to give anything, he will die. So what do? You feed the child. Once you feed the child will develop some problems sometimes, maybe diarrhea, maybe disease. Suppose you say, oh, now therefore I should not feed the child. No, what do? You take care of the child, you give him medicine.
Absolutely.
Achha, when you give him medicine, please see the beauty. The medicine when you give, sometimes the medicine will cure, but it will have a side effect. And the side effect also must be taken care. Right?
Yes.
Then for rest maybe 30-40 years he is healthy. Exactly like that, please understand. Ignorance is some type of a disease. We have hunger.
Big one.
Exactly. And mentally nobody comes packed. You come to pick up some knowledge. Suppose mentally every child is very innocent. Can you say, let him be like that? No, you feed him with thoughts, perceptions, thoughts. Then the person starts getting food. When he starts getting food, that food also creates problem. When it comes, then you want to solve the problem by educating him.
Yes.
Poverty, all this, educate him. When you educate him, that medicine has got a side effect. And the side effect is individuality. So that individuality when it comes, which is inevitable, that is the price you pay for the growth. That is the price you pay for your education.
One of the reasons I'm here.
Exactly.
Because
So,
that's exactly.
yes, and once you do
that's
that,
happened.
once you do that, now what is that side effect must be taken care.
Confusion.
Achha, modern education, which creates this side effect, doesn't have the solution. So people go to religion. Religion, instead of solving it, tells him, I am the solution, you hold on to me. See, individuality is now, doesn't know anything about himself. Now he is taking, some people take security in secular symbols, some people take security in religious symbols. But the insecurity continues. So the job of the education must be, after giving the side effect the I, help them to understand who it is. And true religion is, instead of giving him another identity, help him to discover who he is. So self-knowledge becomes the
Answer.
medicine
No, it does.
for
It
the
does.
side effect.
It
And,
does.
yes, and once you are aware of yourself, then take all your secular roles, take all your religious roles. You are a Christian, I am a Muslim, he is a Hindu, he is a Jain, he is Klan. Let us celebrate everybody's festival. Why there should be only one festival around the world? For what? Let there be temple, let there be mosque, let there be church, let there be synagogue, let there be anything. Are we not living in such fantastic diversity? Look at this. Look at this. You think these trees have any problem? Thousands of varieties of trees. The nature lives together. How come the human beings we cannot live together? How headache it is, what a headache. So the moment you are happy, I am happy with myself, then your role is yours, my role is mine. We have thousands of different roles we are playing, interchanging the roles, exchanging the roles. Oh, what a pleasure it is, what a pleasure it is. Like many dramas, many different roles.
Oh,
So
yes.
beautiful.
Oh, yes.
Look at this, look at this. In this, when you grow up, this is where I grew up.
This is so
I just love this. Okay, took this one. Oh boy. Okay. Okay. Hey, mommy, go, 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 go. You don't create any knowledge. Knowledge is something already existing. You see, because of our knowledge, the hydroelectricity doesn't come. There is electricity in the water. We didn't see it. Later on we found it. So when we found it, what does it mean? You didn't create. It was already there.
yes.
Since you are with yourself, you cannot escape this. I'll give an example. Take this. Why is it moving? Because it wants to come back to the center. The moment it comes here, what happens? It's no more moving. Same thing. As long as you are away from yourself, you have to search. There is no choice. A human. So everybody will search. And the search for yourself, what you have discovered today is nothing. We will discover million more things in life. only thing is make best use of the discovery so that life is a great blessing. So, enjoy yourself.
And start enjoying living, as you said.
Exactly, you can't stop enjoying living. You know, all the time you start, you know, the whole living is a blessing. If you can, I can maybe with one example I'll give you that will stop. Ask me, suppose I ask you, what is the most important ingredient to fall asleep? What is the most important factor to fall asleep?
For me,
Anybody, for you, okay, yeah.
I've got to be really tired.
You have to be very tired, meaning you must feel sleepy. It's not the house, it's not the air conditioning,
No.
it's not the food, it's not anything.
Nothing.
You must be really sleepy. That's why you can see people working hard, coming under the hot sun, on a load of sand, they will be snoring on the midday scorching sun
Yes.
because they are tired. But a person fully relaxed, everything, and the air conditioned room doesn't sleep. So to fall asleep, the most important ingredient is to feel sleepy. You are tired, you must feel sleepy. So anywhere you can lie down. What is the most important ingredient to enjoy life?
Always happiness. Tell me.
Happiness comes later on. First one, to be alive.
Yes, of course.
So are you not alive?
Yes.
Then what more
Very
reason
much
you
so.
need for happiness? That itself. Then that way I am alive. That itself becomes, living becomes a celebration. But how to make it? When you appreciate yourself, understand these principles very clearly, you enjoy everything. Then of course we have to organize our life, disease, food, car, these things. But there should be no reason to fight and kill and destroy. Just you are happy, I am happy. Let's have do something happily first. Okay? Very nice. So now the river is crossed. In villages, what happens is because of the simple lifestyle, people don't get into a mess in the very first place. So they don't feel the need for many things. But that's not a very ideal state. It is better to know few things, get into trouble and go beyond it. Because you can't say people should not grow.
That's also learning.
Of course.
Yeah,
What
yeah.
is growth? Growth means the price that you pay for your,
Getting into trouble.
exactly.
Not to do it
Learning
again.
means, when you growth means, you have to lose your innocence. The price that you have to pay for your growth is loss of innocence. You can't just be innocent and say, oh, everything is cool, everything is fine, everything is beautiful. You just can't say that.
Because
You
it
know,
isn't like
it is
that.
not like that.
Yeah,
You just don't romanticize poverty and things like that.
No,
You
no,
can't do that.
Can't do that.
Suppose there is no ignorance, who shall look for the knowledge,
Yes.
right? And what is the ultimate ignorance? Self-ignorance. Because only in search of himself, the person looks for everything else. Why do you want to keep medicine? Please see. Just like ultimate fear is fear of death. Ultimate knowledge is knowledge of the self. Simple. Suppose you are afraid of a tiger. Why? Not because where the tiger is, but because it's going to kill you. Suppose inside the cage, you will throw peanuts at it.
Yeah, absolutely. Rub its foot if you can.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Now, suppose your boss is firing you from the office. You think you are afraid of your boss? No. Because if he fires you, you have no money.
Yes.
If he fires you, you have no job. If you have no
Insecurity.
job, you have no money. If you have no money, you can't afford anything. If you can't afford anything, you'll be soon impoverished.
Absolutely.
Physically dilapidated, mentally out, and you are dead.
Yes.
So you are afraid of your boss for what? Ultimately for death.
Absolutely.
So everything you want to know about this objective world, why? So that we can make our life beautiful. And why am I want to making my life beautiful? Because I think as though I am at this moment, it is ugly or it is useless. I'm unhappy, I'm miserable, I'm insecure.
I don't. Yes, absolutely.
Right,
I'm
so naturally
depressed.
therefore, you should know about yourself, who you are. So once you find your happiness, your absolute, then happily search for everything in the world. We should just begin with beginning things.
Yes. Yes.
So don't tell a child you are unhappy, you are miserable, you must know about yourself. No. Let everybody live a childhood, for God's sake. Don't deny anybody their childhood. People ask me, Swamiji, how to guide the youngster? I
Yes.
said, look, don't worry about youngster. First ask about yourself. Do you know how to guide yourself? It's like I am going to a city and I ask you, how do I go around Johannesburg? If you don't know how to go around, can you give me the direction?
No. Wonderful idea.
Exactly.
Wonderful
If you
suggestion.
suppose you say, Swamiji, you can go through, I will help you. But do you know swimming? You don't know swimming. If you don't know swimming, how are you going to teach me swimming? That's why it's beautiful. They say, I don't hear what you say because who you are is so loud that I can't hear what you say. Everybody learn how to advise, but the person is not himself what he is talking about. Yes. You talk about compassion, you talk about this, then you go and kill people.
Yes.
Then who bothers?
Then what is compassion?
Exactly. Anyway, so that is what the person must see very, very clearly. Once you are aware, life becomes a totally different game altogether. And nobody need to, first thing, nobody need to feel helpless. See, were we all educated from the beginning?
No.
We started with the ABCD and went there. Okay? Just because somebody speaks English, is he literate?
No.
Because he may speak English because that is his mother tongue. But he doesn't know how to write, he doesn't know how to read, we call him illiterate.
Exactly.
Just because you are using the word I, don't think you are wise. You are totally illiterate about yourself. You must learn the alphabets of the self.
I went from the known to the unknown, just to find that what I thought was the known is the unknown. I travelled very far to get to where I am, to me. This time it was me without the roles, and I truly felt wonderful.
Swami, so when we take away all these roles, now we take them away. Now I'm puzzled. Explain to me about the I. Explain that, please.
Okay, let us do something. Huh? Can you sit down here?
Yeah.
Okay, it will be better. Let's sit down. Okay. Okay, let's sit down and I'll try to explain it to you, okay? Let us see. See, this is the, so every word has a meaning. Suppose I say the word stick. So this is the meaning of the word stick. You say lotus, there are so many lotus flowers there all over. Lotus, you understand what is lotus? If you say the word I, what does it mean? Nobody has introduced that word to us. Please see how it is. We learn alphabet, no? Alphabet A, for apple, you have got an apple. B for boy. So now A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I. I also is an alphabet, right? Okay? I am writing the word I. Okay? I. Now, but I is a word by itself. I is an alphabet, is also a word by itself. I, when I say I. Now, what shall you begin? That apple, you have a picture. Boy, you have a picture. See, cat, you have a picture. I, what picture shall you put? Tell me. Okay, you shall say, let us say, your body or a face. But please understand, first thing, body if you say, B for body. If you say face, F for face. So, and face also, this is a face. So, this is not I.
F for face.
And then by chance you want to put a face. Whose face shall you put? Your own face if you look also. Which face? Childhood face, youthful face, adult age face or old face? Because I am child, I am young, I am adult, I am old. All the four conditions belong to the physical body, not to the I. Because I identifies with the childhood body, youthful body, old age body. So that clearly shows I and the body cannot be together. Because body has its own conditions. Body doesn't feel old, I feels old. Body doesn't feel the death, I feel the death. The beauty of this knowledge is just like swimming. When you know how to swim, thereafter it doesn't matter whether it is your swimming pool or a river or an ocean. You know driving. Once you know drive a car, thereafter you can't say I can drive only Toyota and not a Mercedes. Any car you can drive, like a doctor. Opens up a body. He can open every human body in the world. Mind is also like that. When you know yourself, you can understand, you can know exactly how the mind functions in everybody. So no emotion, nothing remains a mystery. Our problem is, what happens is, it is just like a interpretation. The other day, somebody went to a hospital. Doctor told him that he has a spot on the lungs. He was very worried. He went back for a second opinion, came back. And there he saw everything is clear. What it was is, in that film, there was some type of a spot. So that created the wrong interpretation as though the person was wrong. So if the picture through which you are going to interpret somebody's condition, if that picture is flawed, then the interpretation will be wrong. We interpret our entire life with the picture in our mind, the thoughts that are given to us. So if our conditionings are wrong, your entire approach towards life will be wrong. Whether it is happiness, whether it is God, whether it is children growing up, loving somebody, human relationship, your attitude towards anything becomes wrong. So the person must know about himself. And once he is aware of himself, he knows that is how everybody functions. I am no way superior to somebody or inferior to somebody. When you say the word I, there is no Christian I, Muslim I, Hindu I, there is no American, Australian, New Zealander I, there is no male I or female I. The truth is same. And once the person knows about himself, so he accepts himself for who he is and also accepts himself for what he has. Naturally also it becomes easier for him to accept others for who they are and also accept others for what they have. Naturally there is a mutual acceptance. You become like an eye of the storm. In the eye of the cyclone, there is absolute stillness. But at the periphery, there is tremendous movement which brings in so much of rain to sustain life. Same thing, in the center of your being, you are absolutely still, quiet, contented, happy with yourself. The periphery, the thoughts are on the move, the sense organ growing, the body is in the move, extension, the whole creation also is changing. It is like you stay inside the house. From within the comfort of the house, you look at the vast open space around and you see the storm passing. You see the spring blossoms coming up. You see the rain comes. You saw the scorching summer comes. But inside the cool confine of the house, you are totally unaffected. But right within the house, you are absolutely comfortable.
As a ship travels on the sea surface, waves appear in its wake. So my journey on the sea of self-knowledge has just begun. My daily meditation is becoming